Hello everyone, I am Casey the Gamer, and it's time for another game review. This week, I am taking a look at Blaster Master Boy for the Game Boy. Blaster Master Boy, or Blaster Master Jr., as it's known in Europe, was released on August 23, 1991 in Japan. It was also released in Europe in 1991, and it released in 1992 for North America. Blaster Master Boy was developed by ICOM and published by Sunsoft. So, I had never heard of this game before. I was surprised to find out that there was a Blaster Master game on the original Game Boy. I booted it up to play it, and I quickly realized that it wasn't going to have any of the tank-based gameplay. It only features the top-down view gameplay where you're outside of the tank. I was a little disappointed, but I didn't think much of it at the time. After playing for a bit, I decided to start doing my research for this review. So, in North America, it's called Blaster Master Boy. In Europe, it's called Blaster Master Jr. And in Japan, it's called Bomber King Scenario 2. It's a sequel to a game called Robo Warrior, which is a spin-off of Bomberman. So this isn't even really a Blaster Master game at all. It was only marketed as one in North America and Europe. They could really get away with just changing anything back in the day. Anyway, let's take a look at Blaster Master Boy for the Game Boy. There honestly isn't much to the story at all, but there are spoilers ahead, I suppose. Some nuclear reactor is malfunctioning and leaking radiation out into the world. Our lead character, Jason, from Blaster Master, or Bomberman, has to journey to the center of the planet while battling all kinds of crazy enemies in order to stop the reactor and save the world. Well, luckily, our hero is successful in his mission. He destroys all of the enemies in his way and stops the reactor. The planet then goes back to normal, and that's it. The game plays like the top-down sections in Blaster Master where Jason is outside of the tank. Or I suppose it plays like Bomberman and Robo Warrior. So before I found out the info about this not even being a Blaster Master game, I was disappointed about the lack of the awesome tank gameplay that Blaster Master is known for, and that was going to be a negative for this game. But since this technically isn't a Blaster Master game, regardless of what they want to call it outside of Japan, I don't think it's really fair to hold that against them. There are 9 stages in the game, with each one featuring various amounts of sub-stages. In these stages, your goal is to find the key to open up the exit and proceed to the next area. The final area of each stage features a boss fight. The bosses include a giant blob, a giant snake, some kind of big frog or lizard type creature, another snake boss, whatever the hell this thing is, a huge floating head, a little flower, I guess. It inflates to become big at certain points to attack you. After that, you have to fight a room full of other Bombermen, and then the final boss, and definitely the dumbest of them all, is a big Bomberman. That's it. Your methods of attacking in the game include your laser and your bombs. Your laser and standard bombs have infinite ammo. You can find other types of bombs, such as bombs that blow up in a straight line, or bombs that cover more ground than the standard bombs. These ones don't have infinite ammo. There's tons of stuff to blow up in the stages. You'll find healing items, suit upgrades, and other various items that you'll need on your journey. These include lanterns to light up dark areas, special shoes that let you walk on spikes, and the life preserver lets you go across the water without dying. Be sure to stock up on these in the early stages, because they are harder to come by in the late game. And there are a lot of dark stages. If you don't have enough lanterns, it'll lead to a lot of fumbling around in the dark to find the keys and the exit. I was not a fan of that at all. There are some staircases that will lead you to some optional dark rooms as well. There are usually some pretty good items located in there. You just have to decide if it's worth it to use your lanterns to get them. Sometimes you'll find even more lanterns in those rooms, so it kind of evens out, or you end up ahead. Overall, the game is alright, I guess. I feel like it kind of overstays its welcome. The first half of the game isn't too bad, and it's actually pretty fun. But the second half, with all the dark rooms and the pain-in-the-ass bosses, just brings the game down for me. For a Game Boy game, I think the graphics are actually pretty good. Your character looks good, as do some of the bosses. And the backgrounds, the ones that you can actually see and aren't shrouded in darkness, are pretty nice as well. The sound effects are just fine, nothing to complain about at all. And the soundtrack that the game actually has is pretty alright. It is very limited though. I understand that it's a Game Boy game, but I would have liked a little more variety. Blaster Master Boy, or Junior, or Bomber King Scenario 2, whatever you want to call it, it's an okay game. It's definitely not one that I plan to replay, but it was okay for what it was. Yeah. Anyway, this is definitely my shortest review yet. So, yeah. Next time I dive into the Blaster Master series, I'll be looking at Blaster Master 2 for the Sega Genesis. Thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And if you want to see more of me, you can catch me streaming all kinds of stuff over on my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/CaseyTheGamer91. And I also have a Patreon where you can get perks like early video access and some other pretty cool stuff. And that is patreon.com/CaseyTheGamer91. You can find both of those links and all of my other links in the description below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to catch you next time. Peace out.